Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That's me, your host from juliatreat.com. Welcome if you're new to my podcast. I hope that what I have to share today will give you some value. And for those of you who have stuck with me over the weeks, months, and even years, I am so grateful to share this time with you. I'm grateful to share the energy with you, and just know that we are anchored in. We are anchored in with love. And we are forging forward as we make our way through this great awakening so that we may create the new. I'm not talking the new world order. I'm talking new earth. Now, if that triggers anything in you, it's so fascinating how many different, I'm using air quotes, like groups there are of division. It's just mind-blowing, and that's why I think it's really important that we talk about the fact that your vibe attracts your tribe. And whatever that is for you, just know that what you are experiencing, the people that are, that you're spending time with, whether it's, physically spending time with, or the groups that you're part of online, you have attracted everything because of where you are right now in time and space. So I was sitting here getting ready to record my podcast, and guys, I used to be on this schedule, has to go out every week on this day, regimen, just has to be done. And some days I just didn't feel like it, or I didn't have anything I want to talk about, or I was spending time with my grandchildren, just who knows why. And so moving forward into New Earth, it's really important of letting go of these schedules, because that is something that's been conditioned within us. That's all part of this programming, right? Working for the machine, on the schedule that the machine wants you to be on, and the machine being, the dark beings. So I find it interesting also, as I'm breaking free from the programming, I have been just having so much fun. Michael and I are going out so much more. We're, here in Northeast Pennsylvania, there's a lot of places that have outdoor music. You have cocktails. You can listen to live music. Yesterday, we went on the motorcycle with friends all day long. We just ride. It's just so freeing, which is another thing I'm going to talk about. The vibe that you are choosing, aka the word that you will choose from this moment forward, and creating your vision around that. I'm talking about vision boards. I don't expect this one to be so long, but I have several things to I hope that will help you shift into creating your beautiful life. Because as we're awakening, and as we are still trying to help others awaken to what's going on, there comes a time when you have to realize, okay, if you're 24/7 in this space of sharing everything dark and deep and that stuff, that's cool. If that's your purpose and your calling, and you feel that's what you're supposed to do, then do it. But if you have noticed, or you're now living in that vibration of lack, of scarcity, of fear, of anger, of expecting bad stuff, expecting all the doing without, then you have to find a way. Well, you will attract that, first of all. Just want to make that clear. Guys, even though we've been lied to, and there's been so many, these dark beings have been in control of just about everything, once you realize they cannot control your vibration, once you realize that you are the one, you can control that vibration. You can sever the cords to whatever it is that they programmed you for you to believe, and you begin living in the vibration that you want to experience. That gives you all the power in the world. So what I found is, first of all, the last 2 years, with everything going on, and me, I'll be honest, the last 2 years, I don't know how many people are going to say this, it's been the best 2 years for me ever in my entire life. I'm going to tell you why. Because I realized I had been duped about several things, about this dark stuff even existing because I didn't believe it did. That's part of the spell. When I realized, wow, this has all been going on, even the stuff with the children, like, just all the stuff, I had to question everything about myself. Everything. Even going back to the first day that I opened up to my abilities. For those of you who don't know, I was a speech pathologist, and I opened up to my abilities while I was serving children from birth to 3. And I talk about it in my book. I published a book, which I'm going to tell you, I had a meltdown. I had a complete meltdown, anxiety attack when I hit send on my book. To send it to Hay House, well, it was actually their a portion or a section of Hay House. What a section? I can't think of a word. I published with Balboa Press. And I talk about it there. So, by the way, the book's called Stepping into the Light, the same as this podcast. So if you just look on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, just put Stepping into the Light, Julia Treat, and you'll see it there. And by the way, if you have read my book, I'd be very grateful for a review on one of the platforms. I just would be very grateful if let me know what you think. And share it with others. I think right now it's... I've heard from many people, they said it's lifting them up out of the dark hole that they have found themselves in. Once you start down those rabbit holes, again, I started praying to God, creator of all that is, and Yeshua, who is Jesus, who I'm very close to, and Mary Magdalene and Archangel Michael. I have some amazing guides. And I said, help me learn and grow and expand and share this, but help me not take this on vibrationally. Like I have the vibration of, yes, I'm here to change this, and I know that. But help me not take it on to where I'm in that pit, that lower vibrational energy, right, of anguish and anger and sadness and all the stuff. So as soon as I asked for that, help me learn, but help me not take this on, everything shifted within me. And so I had to find, I started saying, all right, how am I here to serve? I know I'm here to share what I find out, but I know I'm also here to create the new, the way that things were supposed to be. Yeah. And so I had to make that, not a break, I had to pivot, I had to shift. Okay, I'm still here learning and growing and sharing to help people wake up, little bits and pieces here and there, but now I'm creating what we are here to create. So once I made that shift vibrationally, and I envisioned myself teaching the children, seeing the children at the retreats that I am manifesting, letting go. I did see myself teaching kids online, virtually, and even in person at different centers. Once I let go of where that was, the doors just flew open. I just said, put me wherever you can use me the most. Put me where you need me the most. Put me where the best place is for me. And it's all about collaboration right now. Anyone out there trying to do it on your own still, it's going to be tough. Because New Earth is about collaborating with others. It's community. And as soon as I let that go, boom, the doors opened, and now I am part of the Aramis Creative Learning Center community. I was trying to think of another word. Collective. I think she calls it the collective. So I am a teacher and mentor on Aramis Creative Learning Center. My brain's taking little pauses today. I have a couple classes coming up in August. I have sent her several more, and we are going to be scheduling away, and can't wait to be working with the Munchkins there. So as I shifted my vibe to where I don't know if, I guess there are people, I'm not sure, there's people doing this 24/7, this research and diving in the holes and finding the dark and exposing the dark. And I look at them, there's a couple platforms and they have big following. But there's never anything shared that is the beautiful stuff. And I see these people on these platforms, I just see drained. They're being drained of their energy. That's all that they're doing. And so I still want to reach out and say, hey, honey, find the balance. Do that, but then do this. Like, share that. But there's glorious things you could be sharing too, like help, and even help your tribe get out of that pit. Okay, so choosing your vibe, it is your choice. You are the one choosing it. You're choosing to spend your time doing whatever it is you're doing. Does that lift you? Does that drain you? So another thing that, getting away from this calendar and I have to have things done at a certain day or time, I finally let that go. Doesn't even bother me one bit. But I noticed the next thing now that I'm like, wow, okay, I have to get this program out of my head. Michael and I are having too much fun. We're going out too much. We're supposed to be what? I don't know, hunkered down, working more on this computer, or not sure. We're having a blast. And so I said, that is what New Earth is about. I also want to say that you can find the balance also with hanging out. We have friends that they have no clue what I do. They don't know where Michael and I, how we feel about things. And, well, I guess they do. They know that we did not put anything in our bodies, right? This current situation. Go watch my words, because I had a strike not too long ago on YouTube, and I think I'm going to put this on YouTube. By the way, I have videos on YouTube under Stepping into the Light, Julia Treat. There's videos there that are often different than what I'm sharing here. But they're all on number 3 or 4, putting the stuff in them, but there are motorcycle riding buddies. And we're in fresh air and we're riding all day in the sun and we have a blast. Yes, we're watching some of them deteriorate. I'm just saying they're having some kind of reaction to something. But we're all still friends and we're having fun, and we don't talk about anything, any of this others. We don't talk about any of the stuff that, what we agree and disagree on. We just ride motorcycles and have fun. So that's the next thing I'm letting go of, is that we're supposed to be having fun. That's actually what we're here to do, is to be enjoying life. Not working, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever it is, 8 to 5, third shift, I'm clocking out and can't wait for my retirement so that then I can hopefully travel a little bit before my body starts declining and I have to have surgeries. Or this is just people that I know. I'm just like, you wait till retirement, you save all this money, and now you can't even really go and do what you wanted to do. You should be doing it now. So it's time to check into your vibe. Your vibe, what you are vibing at. I've recently realized so many people, because of what's going on, whether you're awake or not. And if you don't know what that means, there's just going to be some stuff that you're going to learn. If you're awake, if you know what that word means, then you've got it. You know what's going on. But what happens when you awaken, guess what happens? You start getting this shield, this armor around your heart. Okay? Because it's hurting. Whether you've been hurt or you realize you've been duped, lied to, you're hurt because of what you're witnessing, the things that you're learning are going on with the children, with adults, with everyone. If that's hurting you, you have to really be careful not to put the armor around your heart, because that keeps everything from coming in, including love, abundance, joy, all the stuff. And so let's take this day, whenever you listen to this podcast, let's take this day right now and you decide, what do you want your vibe to be? A lot of people, when I ask them that, they'll say, oh, I want it to be love. I said, great. Okay. What does that mean? If your vibe is love, or let's just say vibe/word. Let's say your word from this point forward. What is your word? The word you're going to choose for your vision. And I'm big on vision boards. It's important that we put out there what we want to occur. We feel it as if it is already ours. That's the trick of attracting it. And by the way, if someone tries to tell you the law of attraction is BS, and that's airy-fairy or new age, it works. I can't even tell you how many people have reached out to me and said, Julia, everything on my board came true. I had to make another one. I was speaking to a woman not too long ago. She said she's on her 3rd or 4th board because everything keeps coming true. Doesn't matter if it's material, if it's energetic, doesn't matter. Everything's coming true for her. And I was reminiscing a guy who took my spiritual boot camp. By the way, this is one lesson in my spiritual boot camp on my website, juliatreat.com. One lesson is creating your vision. I'm just going over it with you here. Whether you've taken that and you need a refresher or you're new to me and my message, we're going to start with vision. Vision / our word from this point forward. But this guy who took my class, he was in the first one. I think there was 88 people. I launched my spiritual boot camp for $555, and I had 88 people join, and I about fell over. And the reason I about fell over was because I didn't have anything ready. This is how I work with God. He tells me to launch something, and I do it. And this is exactly what I did for Spiritual Boot Camp. I sat the night before. So this was like everyone was going to get an email. Every day they're going to get a new email for 28 days. I have nothing prepared. The night before their first email, supposed to be in their inbox, I think I had them programmed for like 12 a.m. So wherever they were in the world, they'd get it at whatever time. And I sat down and I'm like, okay, what's day one? What are we doing tomorrow? What is day one? And I just sat there and I was quiet and I was meditating. And I just heard they need a new way to start their day, a new way to end their day. So I created a guided meditation in the morning and one at night. Okay, that's day one. Day two, I think day two is creating the vision, which is what I'm talking to you about right now. By the way, you might want to think about that. Starting your day differently. Maybe in the morning you don't look at your phone right away, you don't go on the email, maybe you just change your routine if you have a routine. If you start your day on the internet or with the technical stuff, that just sucks you right back into all that energy of, that web, the web that pulls you in again, and then you're there for hours. So I was, this guy who took the course, I know I keep going off on tangents. He took the course and we had live groups in Facebook. By the way, I'm banned on Facebook permanently, so that's never going to happen again. I wouldn't get on there again if you paid me. I can't stand it. Guys, that's how they control us. You're so wrapped into what everybody's doing. It's really none of your business. We should be living our lives, right? Living our lives, finding ways to have joy and love and peace, and not saying, what's Sally doing? Oh my God, she's doing that. Oh, this one's doing that. Like, it's just, that's the web. So halfway through the course, or maybe it was after the course, I can't remember if it was that first run or if can't remember when he reached out. But he posted in the group, he said, guys, you're not going to believe what happened. He put a car on his vision board, the car he wanted, just a car he loved. He just loved this car. And didn't know how he'd get this car, nothing. He just was following the daily lessons that I was teaching in Spiritual Boot Camp. And he ended up posting in the group. He either posted or he emailed me. I honestly, it's so long ago, I can't remember. But he said, it's true. Guys, yeah, I remember he posted because he was talking to the group. He said, guys, you got to listen to what Julia says. He said, I had my car up there. He said, you're not even going to believe what happened. He said, I'm not even looking for a car. I haven't been to a dealership, nothing. He said, my phone rings one day, and this guy's on the line. He says, hey, Mr. So-and-so. I'm not going to put his name out here because I haven't talked to him in a very long time, and I don't have permission. So, hey, Mr. So-and-so, we have the car that you were looking at. We have it. I can't remember if it's discounted or we have a special one here or the color you wanted. And, the guy that took my course said, no, you must mean someone else because I haven't been there. I haven't been looking for a car. Thank you. Goodbye. And hung up. The guy called him again. I don't know if it was the next day or later that night, had more details about the car. And he was about to tell him, nope, that's not me. And it snapped in his head. He goes, wait, Julia said this. Sometimes things just show up. Now, sometimes we gotta go to the dealership. We gotta go look. We gotta have that feeling of what it feels like to drive a car like this, right? But he didn't. The car showed up. Well, he ended up going to look at it, and he bought it that day. And he was blown away. So he had the vision board, right? My car, my Audi TT convertible, I love it. I love to drive it around here in the mountains with the top down. It's a little shiny silver car with a black top. I love my car. It was in my vision book. I had a vision board and a vision book. And I had forgotten. I got the car, and I just bought it online. I liked the car. This is the one I want. I had it delivered. And it's from, if you've seen the company Carvana, and it has like a halo over the car. It literally pulled up in front of my house I said, the angels delivered my car. They brought my car to me. I got to test drive it for 7 days. And I said, I'm keeping it. And so I was looking through my vision book a while later just to see, is everything in here still jiving with me? I had to scratch some things out that I learned about were kind of darker than I thought. So I got rid of a few people that I thought I had to meet on this journey. But there was my car. It was a different color, but it was the same car. And I went, oh my God, I forgot I had this in this book. So creating your new, not new, well, it might be new, but your vision, your vibe, your word. What word or vibe moving forward do you want to be? I'm just right now, yes, I choose love all the time, but my word's going to be freedom. My word is just freedom from this point on. Freedom to love, freedom to receive love, freedom, financial freedom, freedom to do whatever I want to, freedom to go where I want to, freedom to eat what I want to, freedom to post my podcast whenever the fuck I want to. Freedom. I had that word on the top of my vision board, I'm going to say maybe 6-7 years ago. And I remember, and I told others, that was the best year of my life because all I chose was freedom. Just freedom. So I'm going to challenge you to take some time. Look at the things you're doing day in and day out. What is it you can shift? Yes, okay, I'm still in the game of helping humanity awaken. I'm even helping to create the coursework that we will be teaching the children because they are the caretakers of New Earth. And we say New Earth because it's Earth, it's shifting out of this old dark program control slavery. That's why it's new. People get caught up and say this new age stuff, but when people say it's new age, they don't even know what they're saying. They don't even know what that means. And it's interesting that you can call someone or something, that, but you have no clue what you're even talking about. And so I learn. I'm learning the things. I'm seeing the things. I'm watching the things. And again, since I asked for that, ask God, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael, help me learn, but not take this on vibrationally. I'm able to learn it all. And I'm putting it into files and things and videos that will be teaching the children the truth, what the real history was. And I'm excited because speaking with Sherry Divband, who launched Aramis Creative Learning Center, I told her, I said, I don't know how you feel about this, but I really see us teaching, or me at least, teaching the kids the truth, having the true history books, because they will have to know what happened because they will be the ones to keep it from happening again. And she totally is like, yes, I love that idea. So going back to the original message of this podcast, if there is an original message, your vibe attracts your tribe. I love my tribe. And yes, my tribe even means my friends who I ride motorcycles with who made other choices and now they are dealing with those choices physically. But we are having so much fun with the time that we have together. I'm loving my tribe who is awakened, who are badass, who are trying to awaken others, but also creating their new reality, their new story, their new life. I absolutely love my ASEA tribe. It's blowing me away, the people that I'm meeting through that gift that was given by the higher realms, Pleiadians, if you ask most of us in the company that are into that stuff. It's the most beautiful souls because, yes, they want to heal themselves physically, spiritually, emotionally, but they want to help humanity heal. And they know the power of, hey, take a look at this, try this. You can heal yourself. You do not have to feel like shit. You do not have to suffer any longer. And that's the truth. I'm going on probably 3.5 months now on ASEA. I had a lot of physical stuff going on this past couple of years, especially when more stuff came out in the atmosphere. I'm not going to go into details about that. You can look up about the towers, the 5G, 4G, 3G, and what's really coming out of them. And there's so much going on that we just have been dumbed down about. And so my body was beginning to scream at me. And I healed myself from Lyme disease, so I was like, what the hell? Like I healed myself from Lyme disease. I had it 8 years. I healed myself, energetically. And it just became tougher and tougher. And so 3.5 months on ASEA, I am now working out, this is my choice. I have my own hot yoga room in my house. I'm doing hot yoga. Well, I'm alternating hot yoga, which is, yoga postures in the heat, which also help flush out the organs. But then I'm also alternating with kind of light weights, where I do different workouts with weights 5 days a week. I have not been able to do that in years. So I am back to warrior status, because I know I have to be, because that's what we're moving into. This is a spiritual war, and I got my armor on, not around my heart. I got my armor on, which is my strong body, mind, and spirit. So guys, create a vision board. Get a big, white poster board. Use a wall. I have a wall where I put a bunch of pictures on things that feel like freedom to me. Feel like freedom to me. I see them. I imagine myself there, what that feels like. Get to feel that vibration. I don't care where you are on this journey. If you're in the lowest of the low, and I've been there, and I talk about it in my book, Stepping into the Light, I turned it around. If I can do that, anyone can. I was losing everything. I was losing. I lost everything. Again, maybe my journey, my book will help you realize that you can turn, it's you. You are the one to turn everything around. Don't wait there's no one coming. There's no one coming to save you. You are the Savior. You are the Christ. You are the Christ energy. Okay, you are the Christ. No, I'm not saying you're Jesus Christ. I'm saying you have the Christ energy in you. You have all that you need to do this. All has to do with vibration. All has to do with vibration. Why do you think they have tried, everything they can to control our emotions, which is vibration? With fear of everything. Okay? Snap out of it. If you are watching stuff and it's keeping you in fear, get the fuck out of that. Because you're just going to attract more. Create your vision board. Just start with pictures. Pick your word, right? Whatever word you want to be. Whatever you want your word, the word that is now your vision of your life. Okay, mine's freedom. That's the best year I ever had in my life. I'm just going to choose that now. That's my new word. I'm creating the words today. I'm putting them above my wall. I have pictures all over. I'm putting freedom right above that. And it's not enough to just say, oh, I'm going to choose freedom, and then stop this podcast and I'm going to go watch some more shit. And I'm not going to do anything else. Well, why am I not free now? I'm not free. Oh, because I'm in that low vibe all the time, watching and learning stuff that's really tough to learn and watch, and I haven't found the balance. I don't know if I want to call it a split. See, those of us that have shifted out of that lower vibration, we see it going on in the world. We're witnessing it. We're going to see it, and we are watching it, but we're not experiencing it. That's why in my last podcast I said the split of the two worlds. Because yes, there is so much suffering going on, and many of us are watching it happen. And we're praying and we're asking the guides and angels for help for those people, and we are, doing our diligence to try to wake people up, but we're not calling that in for our reality. We are not calling that in for our reality. My reality is freedom. Freedom means I have everything I ever need to eat, everything I ever need to drink, plus. I get to go wherever I want to. I get to do whatever I want to. I get the freedom to say no if I don't want to do something. If I don't want to put something in my body, I'm going to say no. No one's going to force me to do anything because I'm free. Your vibe attracts your tribe. If you're in a tribe, that is fear-mongering, that is bringing you down, that's making you depressed, that's making you sad, that's making you desperate, that's putting you in victimhood, then you need to get out. And you only get out by changing your vibe, changing what you're listening to, changing what you're reading, changing what you're watching. You can't change your vibe if you stay in that 24/7. So, I hope you take this advice and you create your word, your vibe for your new life. I'm going to start posting more regularly. I hope that you tune in, and I hope that what I have to share helps you on your journey into New Earth. Just in closing, I'm going to share a few things that I've heard from people. I've been asking about their ASEA experience. Guys, I'm going to be preaching ASEA from here on out. It is what we will be using moving forward. The pressure in my head is gone. And these are just different things from different people. I no longer have migraines. I've had them my entire life. My back has hurt since I was 25 years old from a car accident. I am 88 years old and I am pain-free. My hair is growing back. I don't hurt anymore. I used to hurt everywhere. That was me. I started hurting everywhere. I'm sleeping soundly, and I'm having the best dreams of my entire life. If you want to hear more testimonials, just go to realredoxresults.com. The password is redox, R-E-D-O-X. Again, it's realredoxresults.com. Password is REDOX. Whether it's spectrum behavior, memory, discomfort, shaking, tick bites. I mean, there's over 100 testimonials. You can watch the video. You're going to connect with or jive with someone from the Real Redox Results testimonials, you and most likely people that you love. So check it out. Also, you can go to my website to learn more, juliatreat.teamasea.com. There will be a button at the top where it says Contact Me. Feel free to do that if you want me to give you a quick call or we hop on a Zoom and we can talk all about ASEA. You can also text or call 570-955-3594, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon.